So, Coach Randy, what do you think about the South African team?
Well, my thoughts on South Africa are they've got a very good side. Obviously, I think they're the defending African champions, so we have to have respect for them. And I love some of the individual talent that they have up front. In particular, I know they're very dangerous, and I think their coach does a really good job of having them organized. But as I've said before, and I said at the World Cup, and I continue to say, I really like our team and our squad, and I have all the confidence in our players that will perform really well.
The South African team, they've been in Nigeria since on Sunday. They have even trained this morning. Are you in any way disturbed?
Well, I would guess some of their players probably aren't here. I think the majority of the team would be here, but I'm sure their international players are just arriving. And I think it's smart to come in early and get some training in. But we can't really worry about what they're doing. We have to just focus on the task and the job that we have, and make sure our players are prepared for their roles and their responsibilities, before Friday's match.
Ashley and Demain, they are out due to injuries. Do you have a plan B for them?
Well, first of all, our thoughts and prayers are with those two players. They're both vitally important players to us. They're two mainstays in our defense, and it's a big loss not to have those two. So my first thoughts and concerns are just them getting healthy and making sure that they're going to be okay. But I think as coaches, you always have to have a plan B in effect, and we've been working on those plans once we found out. And I think we have players that will be ready to step in and replace them and do a good job for us. So I have the confidence in the depth in our squad that they can come in and do the job that we ask them to do.
Yeah, we seem to be the favorites in the first leg. Mm-hmm. How do you plan to keep these players focused?
Well, I don't think I'm going to need to say a lot. Just so far going around in camp, talking to the individual players, they seem to be extremely focused on getting to Paris. So I know they know what's in hand, and I know they understand the job that's in front of them. And I don't think it's going to take, a lot of motivation. I think the biggest thing that the coaching staff, myself and Kyle, that we want to make sure is that they all understand the game plan, the tactics that we're bringing to the team, so we can have the best opportunity to succeed. And so I think that's more where our focus will be for the players.
And finally, do you think this is the time we'll break the 15 years jinx of not qualifying for the Olympics?
I do think it's time. I think this team seems to me countries have generational teams. And I think this team in particular is a generational team. And I don't mean that disrespectfully to any of the other national teams of Nigeria. I just mean the talent that we have in this particular team, and even the depth that we have that's coming into the team. I think we saw it in Australia, what we're able to accomplish with the best teams around the world. And I think this team can continue to move on and to be a major player on the world stage. Obviously, we need to win these matches, so we do qualify since it's been so long for Paris. But I do think this team is special, and I think it has the ability to be one of the best teams in the world.
Thank you so much, Coach.
All right, thank you.